Checkered Flag NASCAR PS4 League Award Ceremony. Tonight I am joined with my fellow admins, Austin Johnston
Hello.
and Bradley Domer Jr.
Why'd you do my full name? But
Because
hello.
that's what we're using. That's what we're using this year.
2020. Are you getting ready
Yeah,
for 2020,
we're
bro?
good. I'm gonna start calling you Junior there, Domes.
You mean
That's
to go?
fine with
Okay,
me.
that's not great.
No, it's bad. So it's been a really exciting year. If you're watching right now, thank you for sticking with us throughout this year. We had a lot of battles this season. Some of our best racing moments happened this year. We had some great rivalries. Ahem, Austin. Um, and
Me have a rivalry? Never.
I don't think that happened very often. You and some guy, I don't really remember his name. It was kind of a big deal. But anyway,
Yeah,
there was a lot of great battles
allegedly.
this year, and we really formed a nice community, and I think we have a really bright future for next season, and we got a lot of really good guys in this league that are totally committed to us. So thank you for a great season. Let's just get this award ceremony on the road. Bradley, you want to kick us off? No, I'm kidding. Um, uh, but do you guys either you guys have anything to say before we start?
Uh, no. I mean, just kind of everyone that was involved this year. I mean, it was kind of a learning curve for the league. I think we learned a lot. But we have some really good guys. We're a really strong league. So we lost some as far as numbers, but we gained a lot in the talent department. So just really excited for 2020 because 2019 was really fun.
Yep. So we're gonna kick off our award ceremony with the truck series. And the most impactful moment will kick us off. The most impactful moment is where we looked at, there were a few nominations we looked at, and we had you guys vote on what you guys found to be the most important moment this season in each series. So we're doing the truck series first. So, Austin, what is the most impactful moment in the truck series this year?
All right. Most impactful moment from Truck Series 2019 actually came from the last race of the year. So Darth Kylo was in the league for about half of the year, and he was always pretty consistent. He got his first win at Homestead whenever got his first win at Homestead, and Landrod finished second and won his first championship. So two first. Landrod we'll hear from a little bit later, but we're gonna get Darth Kylo, and he, like I said, won his first career win at Homestead. So pretty big moment for him.
And Darth Kylo. So, congratulations on winning the most impactful moment of the season award. So you did win that final Homestead race. What did you see out there that day that led you to be able to win that race?
Well, we just had a really fast truck the whole time, and we were just running up front, and that's really it. I mean, our truck was fast. We were up front. I know we had a couple of issues trying to get onto pit road, but we were able to recover from that and uh, run down Landrod in the final stage and take home the win.
Bradley, Austin, you guys have anything before I ask another question?
Sure. Yeah. No. So after you won, you said that you're just pretty excited. You said that you finally won something in the league. Staying in the Truck Series for 2020, but like you said, finally winning something in the league. Does that kind of, I don't know, like kind of relieve a little bit of stress from winning in 2019, kind of going into 2020, not still looking for your first career win?
It definitely does. I feel like I'm no longer being pressurized to go out there and get that first win, especially now that I got that off of my shoulders. But now what I'm going to try to focus on is going out there and winning the championship since I'm running full time next year and just got to hunker down and get her done.
All right. Well, congratulations, Mr. Kylo. Good job and good luck next season.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Alright, so our next award, we will do the most popular driver for the truck series, and who is that, Bradley?
That is Mr.
Sal, driver of the number 51 Toyota Tundra.
Yep. And Sal is unable to join us tonight, so on behalf of Sal, I will be accepting the award. And it was a really, really great season. I was his owner at first, and then I kind of left. And you're breathing really heavily right now, Austin.
Sorry.
Um, and it was a great season, and I'm glad to have Sal back on the team for next season. And he's a pretty popular guy. Gotta love Sal. He was surprised he won it. He said he thinks people hate him because he's fat. We love you because you're skinny. Thank you, Sal.
Okay. Interesting.
And the next award is Most Improved. Who is that, Austin?
Oh, it's going to stay with Mike. Sal. This Most Improved is voted on by the admins, and we voted for Sal for the Most Improved driver of 2020.
I don't know if the folks watching know, but Sal is not available to join us tonight, so I will be accepting this award on his behalf. Really, really thankful for this award, and I'm gonna stop doing this. Rookie of the Year.
Wow, what did you see in Sal that made him Most Improved?
Well, I think Sal started off the season, not as strong, and he just consistently showed up all season and really kept going. He got that win at Michigan. Granted, it was luck, but still, that really was a confidence booster, and he really, really came into his own and became very, very competitive. So I'm very excited to see what the future holds for Sal. And now on to the Rookie of the Year. We all know who this is. The Rookie of the Year for this season in the Truck Series was Don Venzito. So let's see if we can get Don in here.
Don to get in here. Don was at, I want to say, every race. I don't know when Don came in. Did he come in the very beginning of last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he was at every single race. There he is. There's Don.
Hey, Don. Congratulations on being the Rookie of the Year, bud.
Thank you.
So you had a really, really good season. You were consistent. And what really pushed you to become Rookie of the Year this year?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What led you to become Rookie of the Year this season? What was a big factor in your success this year?
I just have to say top fives and podium finishes. Showing up too.
that helps.
That helps.
Yeah. Austin, Bradley, you guys got anything?
Come on, Braddles.
You got it, Bradley. It's your driver.
It's your driver. Yeah, it is your driver.
Yeah. What was your...
What?
Oh, I ain't got nothing.
I ain't got nothing.
What? You had a question.
I'll go then. So we kind of do our, with our rookies, we kind of, with our rookie standings, we do it a little bit different than how they do it in real life. Real life, it doesn't necessarily go to the highest finisher out of the rookies in the points. When in reality, we actually do it where they kind of have y'all's own point system amongst yourselves. Who do you think throughout the year just kind of pushed you to become better and kind of gave you more competition?
Well, in the beginning of the year, I think it was Brian was battling pretty much every other weekend with me, and then once he dropped out, Sal started to move up to the picture, and Landrod was always there, GT was always there, and then of course Maverick and Darth at the very end too. I think they all kind of pushed me there at the end.
Bradley, are you sure you don't have one question?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Bradley, for giving me the opportunity to race for you. Almost had her.
Problem.
Almost had her. So close.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Don. We'll see you soon, probably. Yeah, we will. All right. So, as we all know, the remaining owners at the end of last season were very, very scarce. So, Austin, who was the best truck owner?
That would be me. So, yeah. We had just a couple of drivers come in and out. Ben Rhodes came in and out. There was Habab came in and out. Um, but one guy we've already talked to, Darth Kylo, he came in, and very similar to Don, he was very consistent, and he showed up week after week and was able to get us a lot of valuable points and good finishes. Everything across the board there. Was able to close us out for a win. So pretty strong driver for us for the year was Darth Kylo.
All right, well, yeah, good job owning that team. You did it.
Hey, do what you do.
So, fourth place this season in the truck standings, as we're going to go through the final four here, was Maverick. I believe he will be able to join us this season. So, do we have anything to say to really recap Maverick's season?
Whenever he came in, I think he came in, I think like 3 or 4 races before the end of the year. He was always at the races, and I mean he was consistently, with the exception of Homestead, he was consistently kind of in the pack and really doing very well. And then at Homestead, I'm not sure what happened, but he looked like he had some problems or something at Homestead. But he was pretty consistent. So if he carries the consistency into 2020, I think he could be very good.
Yeah, one thing about Maverick was he was always there. He never really was at the driver's meeting. That was kind of annoying, but he was always there at the race. And
no important information comes out of the driver's meeting.
no, the driver's meeting is pointless. What?
Very pointless.
He showed up. He might have ran in the back, but he ran in the back enough to make the final four. So congratulations to Maverick. And now we're gonna go to our third place driver this season, and that is GT Low.
Let's see if Mr. GT Low is online.
He is always a good interview, so I'm hoping that he gets in here. He had a rough ending to his season. Things kind of fell apart for him at Homestead with a late penalty.
Yeah, he drove what did he drive? The 98. He had a really fast car. I think he was one that was up there with Landrod very consistently, and then had that pit road exit penalty. So we're gonna give him just a few minutes to see if he's here. NASCAR man Mike, NASCAR man said Mr. Charisma's in the house.
Yes.
So watching him in Salvador Zavala 889 said, "Hey Dad."
Hey Sal, I'm happy to accept the awards on your behalf. You're just reining them in,
Back to back.
That was good. I performed well. So wait, see if GT Low.
Doesn't look like he's coming as of yet. Let me see if he's jumped online yet.
We will wait and see.
Nope. Still not online. He got offline an hour ago.
Oh, what a dweeb.
He was so excited for the award show and then didn't even show up.
Ah, man. So. He was so excited he didn't even know what he was talking about in the Discord chat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess going back to GT Low's speed, he was a guy that consistently over the year got faster and faster. He missed a good part of the middle part of the season, so he missed that. But whenever he came back, he consistently got faster. And then as soon as we moved from Heat 3 to Heat 4, it did seem like he got quite a bit faster. Some people benefited from the switch to Heat 4, and some people didn't. But he did seem like he got faster.
He definitely was the beneficiary of that switch. So it doesn't appear like we're going to get GT Low in here. So let's bring back in my man, Donald Venzito.
Oh, Don's here.
Oh, hey, Don.
Yo.
How's it going?
Good. Hey, I was going to mention, this has been a crazy race season that a lot of us lost some people recently. It was GT. I think he lost his grandmother. Sinofre lost his mother. I lost an uncle. And one of my other friends' uncle also passed in the beginning of the year. So it's been kind of a tough, trippy year that we've been racing, but very enjoyable and very challenging for sure.
Yeah, I like There's a stray cat that used to always eat our plants, and I think that died. So, um,
It's been a tough year.
it has. So
Poor
Don, long time no see. How have you been? I haven't talked to you in forever.
I've been good. I've been good.
So you were second in points this year, came up just that much short of being the champion, and you were the regular season champion as well. So, how did that feel? Second in points, regular season champion. That has to be a pretty big confidence boost heading into next season.
Yes, it very much was so. Yeah, it was a trip to even get in the points lead, and then once I had it, I actually had it for quite some time. I couldn't believe it, and so towards the end of the season, I really thought that it was going to be a true battle between me and Sal. And then once Sal got knocked out, I thought, oh, okay, this is going to be easy now. And Homestead, I just made too many damn mistakes, and that's what cost it. It always comes down to one race.
Looked like you really liked getting on pit road at Homestead.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that was a
exactly.
that was tough. Yeah, pit road is a struggle there.
Yeah.
Bradley, you got anything?
Yeah, Bradley.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well, looking ahead, Don, for you in 2020, right now there's only 5 other people that are signed to the Truck Series next year with you, and you've got Darth Kylo, Maverick, Quentin Loud will be there. Sal's coming back to the Truck Series, and then GT Low. So it's only 5 guys, but I feel like that's enough to build a series around. So how do you think the 5 of you, or 6 of you rather, will be? How do you think y'all will be able to build a series up? Do you think you have a good foundation?
I think we do. I think it's going to be very challenging, though. We're all pushing each other to do better and go faster. So I think that's going to contribute to the series being better in a sense. And I always like the fact that other drivers from the Cup and the Nationwide gets to cruise over and also partake. It's always fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Don.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Yep. And we'll talk to the champion Landrod later at our champions circle at the end of this broadcast. So now we're going to move on to the National Series Awards, and we are going to look at the most impactful moment of the season. And who does that belong to, Bradley?
It belongs to C. Norfrey when he won the season opener at Daytona just days after losing his mother.
Let's see. C. Norfrey joined that Daytona race was an eventful one. I was in there. I think Bradley, you were there as well. That was a fun race. I think he won that on like a last lap pass or 2 laps to go pass, something like that. So
Late race pass.
something like that, yeah. So we'll see what he has. The Xfinity Series was, some people will argue in a positive way or negative way, but I think consistently the Xfinity Series had some of the best racing all year. I mean, we saw just great racing out of every series, but it seems like there was always a battle everywhere on the track for the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, the Xfinity Series was really, really action-packed this year, and it brought a lot of really, really good racing, and it shows how the future of the Checkered Flag NASCAR League is going to be very, very bright. So, I'm not sure if Norfrey's going to be here or not.
He's playing Call of Duty at this particular point in time.
Oh, man, that sounds
He's
thrilling.
loading in.
He is loading into the party.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
I can't hear him yet.
I can't either. I'm
His
just
mic's still blinking.
Yep.
Blinking
It's like a
mic.
flicker.
Yeah.
Norfrey was actually a team owner. He drove the number 15 car for JD Motorsports for 2019. So there he is.
Hello, Norfrey. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Hello.
You've got some serious echo going.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's not fine. Um, so Norfrey, you did win that Daytona race days after losing your mother. Do you think that did you do that for her, and did you win the race for the soul of your mother?
It's a great answer.
He gone.
Oh, he gone.
Who's the fourth person in this party?
Don.
Oh, hey Don.
He's still hanging out.
Don's with us for the ride.
Now he's gone too.
Oh,
All right, so we'll circle back around to Norfree if he comes back.
yeah. And the most popular driver, he's
Norfree's back.
Norfrey's back. Oh, Don's back. Hey Don. You can stay if you'd like.
Norfree.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can stay if you want. It's on the YouTube if you want to watch. It's fine. You can stay. I don't care. So Norfrey, did you win that race at Daytona for the soul of your mother?
Great.
Alright, well, I think we should move on here. Norfrey unmuted his mic. Hi, Norfrey. Norfrey unmuted his mic. Hi, Norfrey.
Oh. Hello?
Hi. Hi.
Is it working?
Answer the question because the mute echo's bad. Answer the question because
Yeah,
the mute
sure,
echo's
I
bad.
don't know. I haven't heard anything all our time.
Okay. Did you win the race at Daytona?
Did you win
For the soul of your
race
mother.
at Daytona for the soul of your mother?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Norfrey.
Okay, thank you, Norfrey.
Okay.
Bradley. Okay.
Oh, I had to get
Go.
that echo going. It was bad. So now, the most popular driver is the man, the myth, the legend, the driver of the Zero car. We call him affectionately RP. It is Ryan Parsons. Ryan guy is your most popular driver.
Well, he's not here. He's invited, but he won the most popular driver, and he also won the most improved. So, double feature of Ryan guy, RP squared.
Yes.
Very similar though to Sal. As soon as Ryan got his first win, that's whenever he kind of started showing up. I mean, he was showing up week after week previously, but it seemed like he got that first win, and then as soon as he got that win, he just kind of, boom, boom, boom. The top fives were coming pretty quick after that.
RP.
Hey,
RP.
How's it going? In honor of the most popular driver and the most improved award, did you do a face reveal this week?
do you want me to?
You already did a face reveal, didn't you?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, how?
But yeah, if you want me to, yeah.
But why would I want you to? You already did it.
I know.
What?
I'm just getting you confused now.
All right. So people like you, I guess. You're the most popular driver. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Also won most improved. Did you really notice the evolution of your skills on driving throughout this season?
Yeah, definitely. Compared to the start of the season to now, yeah, I definitely have a lot of improvement. Which was kind of surprising because I thought my driving was good overall. Then I realized that it wasn't going to cut it unless I improved, and I improved a lot over the year.
Yeah. And, you didn't get only 2 wins today. You got a third win, and it wasn't in the form of an award. Ohio State beat that team up north. How do you feel about that?
Is that even a question? I feel great about it.
Good.
So, just kind of going back on most improved, he said that you thought you were a good driver and you thought you had the speed and all that, but then you kind of came to realize that you needed to improve to be a competitor every single week. What exactly did you have to improve, or what did you work on to become a better driver over the year?
just overall learning different lines and just learning how to race people differently on how I was raced. Really, just because I raced pretty aggressive and realizing that this was longer races, I had to lean back on a lot.
And Ryan, who do you? This is another non-NASCAR question, but who do you think should win the Heisman this year?
Oh my God.
Say it.
Who do I think should win the Heisman? I'm
Say
going to be
it.
biased and say Chase Young, but who's going to
No,
win it
no.
is probably going to be Burrow.
No. Who do you want to win?
Chase Young.
No. Wrong side of the football.
What are you talking about? Who, with a Heisman or?
Yeah, it's just your running back.
Oh, if Dobbins wins it, I'll be surprised.
Yes, he played really well today, J.K. Dobbins. But congratulations
211 on like
Yeah.
21 carries.
Congratulations on your boatload of awards. You got anything else to say?
No, not really. Just thank you for whoever voted for me. I really appreciate it.
Well, the people love you, Ryan, and I love you too.
The people's champ.
The People's Champ, RP. That's your new
RP.
nickname. That's never going away, the People's Champ. He's like
Yeah.
The Rock.
All right. Are we moving from Ryan Guy? Are we moving on, or does Bradley? Do you have any questions for Ryan Guy?
No.
No. Okay. Shocker. Okay. So moving on from Ryan Guy. What's next? Oh, the Rookie of the Year. So, Rookie of the Year is going to be somebody that, excuse me, Incog, he was also finished 4th in the championship battle. Him and Weasel actually battled back and forth for the Rookie of the Year, so let's get Incog in here.
Do you want to just make this his 4th place in the championship interview too?
Sure.
Okay. Why not just do it all at once? And by the way, Texas is the owner's champion in Xfinity.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay. Hey, I don't mean to spoil everybody, but you're like the only one at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell everybody else to stay.
yeah. We got a good group for next year though, so I'm pretty confident
We
in
definitely
that. Yep.
Incog's here.
Hello, Incog.
Hola.
So you were the Rookie of the Year and 4th in the championship points this year. What propelled you to this type of success?
Definitely improving what I do out there on the track. I came a long way at the beginning of the year. I just went out there. I thought I was really good. And whenever I, was finishing and like not even top 10s, I just went out there and pretty much improved myself. I started learning more lines and things like that.
So, let's say, in an alternate universe, your PlayStation doesn't shut off at Homestead. Do you think you would be talking to us in the same position right now, or maybe as the champion?
I'm not 100% guaranteeing that I would have won, but I definitely would have been a top 2. I think me and GGT were by far the fastest ones. Every other lap we were battling back and forth, but, we'll never know.
Alright. Austin, Bradley.
Bradley? That's your time to shine, bud. Nope.
No.
Well, Incog, you're moving to the Cup Series next year. You're going to be driving the 19, 18, one of them.
The 20.
20. Saying that's close enough. That's close enough. So what are you looking forward to making that change from Cup to Xfinity? Reverse that from Xfinity to Cup.
Yep.
It's definitely going to be a change of atmosphere for me, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm definitely got to get used to those Cup cars. It's going to be different to the Xfinity, and it's just pretty much going to be starting over where I'm used to getting like top 3s, top 4s in the Xfinity. I know I'm going to have to prove myself in the Cup.
Well, we will see what happens next year, Incog. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on a really, really successful season in the National Series this year.
Yes.
Yep, thank you. I Poppy.
Milky smooth. Alright, well, as I said before, Tex is the Xfinity owner of the year. You got anything to say about that, big man?
We had a really good team in the Xfinity Series. I guess, kind of like Mike, alluded to at the beginning of the show. I'm no stranger to rivalries, and we had a in-team rivalry between GT Jones and Predator for a good part of the year. So that was kind of really fun to watch. You had two of the better drivers in the team, and then in the series as well, kind of going at it every single week, sometimes positive, sometimes negative. But I think we had a good group, and yeah, they're all moving to the Cup Series, so that's fun.
So, Austin, I know you have your driver's license. Do you have like the advanced license yet?
I don't even know what that means.
It's like the one with the hologram on the bottom.
No.
Oh, it's really cool. I'm looking at it right now because I got my license, and like you can go to Canada and Mexico with it. I know it's off
Nice.
topic, but I got distracted.
Anyways.
Yeah. Third in points was Predator. He can't be here for this tonight, so I'm not sure which one of you guys is gonna speak on him because Bradley was his spotter and Tex was his owner. But I'm gonna leave it to Bradley.
Go for it, Brady.
I didn't spot for him for half the season.
I don't care.
Oh, fine. I'll go.
God, Bradley.
Well, he won the regular season championship award as well, so pretty much the same kind of boat as Don was in. It took him probably a quarter of the season to take the points lead, but once he took it, he never really let it go. I think maybe there was one or two races there in between where he lost it and then just got it right back, but he was able to just be very consistent for the second half of the regular season, showing up every single week. He got his first win at the Daytona race, and I think he followed it with 2 or 3 more wins pretty close after that. So once he got his first win, same thing that we talked about with Ryan and Sal, get your first win, and then they kind of all took off. So really good season, really successful season for Predator. He's staying down in the Xfinity Series, moving to Joe Gibbs, and he's going to be definitely one to watch in 2020.
Yeah, and Bradley, what was it like spotting for him in a pretty successful season for him when he did?
There was ups and downs, but most of them were good. I think if he can learn to keep his temper mild and not too over the top, I think he could be looking and being the 2020 champion.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, I do too. It's going to be a tough Xfinity field next year, and next up is the man that finished second in the National Series standings, just by a little hair. He had some trouble late in the race and had to pit for some tires at the end, and that really is what lost him the championship after a really, really good battle with the eventual champion, GT Jones. So now we're waiting on Weasel with a Z.
Waiting on his headset, really.
All right. Oh, that's going to take a while. We could be here for like a day. I was trying to join a party with him for about 20 minutes one day. It never
Headset's
worked.
here.
Hi, Weasel.
Hey, what's going on?
You fixed your NAT type. Congratulations.
I didn't do anything. It just kind of came back, I guess.
That's great. So you were second in points this year. What led to that throughout the season?
I started off the season really rough. The first 10 races I was really struggling just to get in the top 10. But I improved on it going on, getting down the line, and I had a really good transition over to NASCAR Heat 4. Like the first three or four races. I think the first 4 races of NASCAR Heat 3, I had top 2 finishes in all 4 of them. So I don't know, that helped a lot too. Was the transition? I did really well with the transition, where some people it kind of took a bit for it to come in for them. But yeah.
Next season, you're going to be moving to the Cup Series. What do you see for that?
It's going to be a tough transition. The Cup, they're obviously a lot more competitive, a lot better drivers in there too. Not discrediting the Xfinity guys, but it's just the competition's a lot tougher. In the Xfinity it was me and got GT and Predator and Ryan and Trainer and Incog. And all tough drivers, and tough competitors. But I mean, it's going to be that to a lot bigger scale for the Cup Series.
Yeah, kind of adding on to that, moving to the Cup Series. There's already, I think, 15 or 16 people that are already locked into their Cup spot, so not leaving a whole bunch of room for new drivers per se, but knowing that there's 15, 16 established guys that you've already raced around for a whole year. How do you think that's going to play into, like you mentioned, the competition level for 2020?
Well, I think part of it's going to be a little beneficial for me because instead of coming in as like first year in the league, being in the Cup Series, I've had a year in Xfinity. I've raced around these guys for, like you said, a year, so I kind of know their style a little bit, and it kind of helps me play the strategy a little more, I guess, for next season.
Sure.
And 3 out of the final 4 drivers from the Xfinity Series are coming up to the Cup Series for next season. Could we see a national series like takeover in the Cup Series, maybe?
Oh, I would like to. It'd be really fun. We're gonna have a really, really good battle for Rookie of the Year next year, and I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Wessel, and have a great evening.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Good luck in 2020.
Yep.
So, lots of love for Ryan in the chat.
Yes, everybody loves RP. The people's champ. What can I say?
Yeah.
Everybody loves him. He's a big crowd guy. The crowd loves
There's
Ryan.
There's now a hashtag. It's called hashtag Ryan People's Champ.
Hashtag people's champ Ryan.
Hashtag RP People's Champ.
Yeah, Don is here, and he's saying Ryan's a good guy, and I agree with Don.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we're going to move on to the Cup Series, and we're going to start off as we have before with the most impactful moment. And Bradley, who does that?
Well, it belongs to the whole HMS group, with HMS dominating Speed Weeks, with Sports Kid winning the Clash, Big Will winning Duel 2, and myself winning the Daytona 500.
Well, you guys can all speak for yourselves, because I'm not part of it anymore, so go ahead.
I know
Bradley, go. You won
personally,
the biggest race of the year.
Yeah.
Winning the 500 took a lot of stress off of me, knowing that I was in the chase and just had to stay above that cutoff line just in case we had enough winners. But I tried to get Duel 1, but I had a 19 and 20 blocking me the whole race.
Yes, sir, you did.
So we almost swept the whole weekend, but we got 3
Mike
or 4.
had to spoil that one.
I did.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
I'll speak for sports and Will, I guess. So I think it's kind of not really anything new. Whenever we go to plate tracks, the HMS is really strong. So for whatever reason, we're just always really strong. And sports and Will, I think, led most of Duel 2, but I think winning 3 out of the 4 just kind of shows how strong we were for the whole Speed Week. So that was really fun. 2 weeks at the beginning of the year to kind of just win everything and show why we're the best plate racers.
So now we're going to move on to the most popular driver in the Cup Series, and who is that, Austin?
It's going to be the one and only Kyle Green. So it's KGreen_42 for people in Discord or following the YouTube channel. He definitely makes Discord interesting, that's for sure. So
Yes.
all his little quirky moments, comments. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're a little
Creepy.
iffy, and you feel like you need to go to church after. But
Yeah. He's a school teacher, too. That's
is a
really
school teacher.
alarming.
I think he's a coach too, a baseball coach or something like
That's
that.
even more alarming.
Yeah. So
Is he on for an interview?
he said he was
He
going to
hasn't
be.
been on for 11 days.
11 days, yeah.
Well, he might not be on for an
So-
interview then.
He might not be, but great guy, really nice. So all joking aside, he's this is his first year here, but last year he was kind of in and out some, but outside of racing and everything, really nice guy, really good guy to get to know. It helps with being funny and everything, but off the track and on the track, one of the class act guys. If something happens, we had some run-ins during the year, and he was always the first person to be like, "Hey man, sorry," or talk stuff out. So always trying to talk stuff out if he thinks there's some kind of tension there. So definitely good to have that kind of attitude in the group.
I don't mean to interrupt, but somebody put a great hashtag for Ryan in the YouTube. Hashtag RPPC. Ryan Parsons, People's Champ. RP, the People's Champ. It's a good hashtag. And we have 14 people watching right now, so thank you to the 14 folks watching this live stream right now. You are greatly appreciated. I would give you a big hug right now if I was with you, but I'm not, so I'm not going to. So I don't think Tyler's going to be here.
I don't think so. So moving on.
Now we're going to do the most improved driver.
Yeah.
And
Mike's favorite.
My boy, my best friend, Bredrick. Congratulations to KD. He is the most improved driver. So now let's get him in for an interview here.
He actually got his, all the most improved got their first wins and kind of big performances. KD got his first win at the last race of the year. He got it at Homestead, so.
Very, very big performance from him at Homestead. And Todd didn't yell at him during that race. And I think that's... Well, I didn't hear any Brett! So I don't think he got yelled at, but I was commentating, so who knows. If anybody in the audience knows if Todd yelled at Brett during that race, please let us know, and that could actually...
Please let us know.
Yeah.
We're asking for a friend.
Yes. Okay. We're waiting on Bredrick right now.
Waiting on the man himself, KD, man of the hour, playing NASCAR Heat 4 right now. So
he is. Well, I personally think that it's time for a certain thing to happen, KD. Is it time?
Is it time?
Is Todd face reveal?
Todd face reveal.
You won the most improved driver. You got to reveal Todd's face.
I did.
Yeah, that's why you're here.
That's why you're here. Yeah.
All right. I'll get a picture by tonight.
Okay, thank you, Brett.
Yes.
So, you were the most improved driver. What really propelled you to have more success throughout the season?
Well, first when I joined the league, I was not really that good, and over the course of the year, really through the summer is when it picked up. Michigan was the first race where I really thought that I was improving, and that's Mike when you won.
Yes, it was. Very great day. Very, very great day.
Yeah, and I finished third in that race, and I think it was one of my first top fives. I was pretty below average when I first joined, but after that I just picked it up at Darlington. I ran well. That's when I really had a chance to win for the first time, and I got beat by the 21. And the playoffs, I was in the first round because pretty much everybody got in, but I got eliminated in the first round because I could have won it. I was in a must-win at the Roval, but I finished second. But yeah, on Heat 4 it really helped too. That just helped. I don't know. Heat 4 just suits my driving style more, I think, than Heat 3 did.
Well, you ended the season about as well as you can. Do you think that's going to be good momentum into 2020 when you drive the number 14 for the wonderful Storehouse Racing?
Well, yeah, it's gonna be a momentum booster for sure. Knowing I had the last race before, the end of the season, I got the win. That'll be good to know. Knowing I'm not winless going into this next season.
All right. Well, the Todd face reveal is officially tonight.
Yeah. One more question, though, just before you head out. So you didn't have. You had one teammate in the 37. For most of the year, but it didn't seem like y'all really worked too well together. Going from kind of having to fend for yourself, being on a forced team, to Mike, man, with SHR, and y'all have got a pretty stacked team over there. How do you think that's going to help your performance in 2020, coming off of 2019?
Well, yeah, having some good teammates is going to help a lot. Because this year, I don't know if I'd call it 37 teammates. It was kind of like a forced team, and we never like agreed to be teammates or anything. But well, it's good to have some people I know I can work with week in and week out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good season for you next year, Katie, and I think that you can improve even more than you did this last season. So, thank you for joining us, and I am very, very excited to see the face of Todd tonight.
Okay, you will.
Thank you, Brederick.
All right, see ya.
So Griff, in the YouTube chat wants to know if the 21 car is getting the award for the most professional driver.
Yes, he would probably tell me to suck his hoo-ha if I was talking to him right now. He'd probably say I had something in between my legs that I definitely don't. But he was very, very professional. He's a cop, and he really, really acted like it. I'm a big fan of Great on Wheels, and he was also great on leaving, so thank you for leaving. Bye. If some police brutality happens in his town, I know where it's coming from.
Touch on
Anyway,
that. All right.
we'll move on. Who, the Rookie of the Year in the Cup Series, who was it? Bradley.
It was Harris.
Hey, Harris. We're waiting on Harris now.
Harris drove the number 41. He was on Remix's team whenever the league, or whenever the year first started, and then Remix kind of trickled out, and so did everybody else on SHR, so.
Yeah. We are back. SHR is back and better than ever with some cool new dude running the team.
Well, again, I mean, you went from like a driver that basically ran the team as like team ambassador to leaving to owning your own team and then to not owning your own team, and now you're back. You know?
Hey, I'm back. It's been a wild road, and here is our Rookie of the Year, Harris.
Hello.
You had 2 wins early on in this year, so what was your season like that led you to be the Rookie of the Year?
It was much in one word difficult because I couldn't really win as many races like as Smoke or Sports or Great did, but I was just glad to win those 2 races and try to be up there as much as I can.
Yeah, so what do you see for yourself next year? You're moving to Hendrick. Do you look at that as maybe a point where you can really, really have some success next year?
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence going into next year, especially that the team I'm around with, since especially it was one of the drivers in the Final Four, and the owner probably, well, oh yeah, 2. I'm sorry, I forgot Bradley, but and they also have a great owner, so I know that I could probably put up a few wins and probably make the Final Four next year.
All right. Tex, Bradley, you guys got any questions?
Come on, Bradley.
He forgot about me, so no.
Oh man.
I didn't forget. You got in there sneakily. You sneaked your way in there.
Well, Harris, you were absolutely out of your mind fast at the beginning of the season, and you kind of settled down and became consistent. What are you looking for next year? Are you looking for some big performances, or just trying to be consistent and grind out good points finishes and an occasional win here and there?
Try to stay consistent and try to find a win here and there. I like the schedule next year. It's definitely gonna be fun. 6-week race at any track now, and it looks like a custom schedule. But new year, new team, just ready for a new start. Really didn't have teammates last year to depend on, so.
Yeah, we're excited to have you at HMS. I know for a good part of the year, me and you kind of were literally around each other every lap of every race for a good 15 laps. So we know we can run well together, so that's good. So moving forward into next year, is there anything that you like maybe want to maybe improve on moving from maybe Rookie of the Year up into championship contender?
And that's definitely staying consistent. Most of the year I wasn't consistent. I remember after I got the 2 wins, I probably finished under the top 5 consecutive races until like maybe Chicago. That's when I remember I finished second, and then I would get top fives here and there. But just staying consistent and let the race play out. Just don't make no dumb mistakes like I did last season.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you. So congratulations on being the Rookie of the Year, and good luck in 2020.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Harris. And now we're going to move on to the Owners' Championship for the Cup Series. Who is that, Austin?
Well, the owner of the year actually kind of a little different situation. This is Mike's old team, so Mike abandoned this team, and then Morris became the man of the house, and so to speak. And Morris was actually the guy that brought all the points home and ended up bringing JGR their first owners championship in the league.
I would say it's more like if you don't pay your mortgage bills and they take the house from you. And then you kind of just leave the house anyway after that. But still, congratulations to Morris. He is the owner of the year.
We'll use that analogy, I guess.
I didn't pay my mortgage. S'Morris, how are you? You were a single car all year, but you fought through and made it to the Final Four. What was your season like?
There was a lot of ups and downs throughout the year because started off the year in Daytona 500 with three cars, three full-time cars. Had Tank in the 11, you, Mike in the 19, me in the 20. Then Tank. Not only that, but also I started off on a hot string. Finished third Daytona. I swept the stages. I got the pole at Atlanta. Didn't get the finish I deserved there. But then after ISM in the fourth race of the year, things started like calm down a little for me anyways, with Tank leaving JGR to drive for the 17 Cup car for a little bit for the year. And then Mike, you left the team and you left the league, so I was stuck to being a one-car team for most of the year. Then Will jumped over to Gibbs for like 2 races in the 18 car, and now I was back to a single-car team. Had a controversial win at Kentucky with Will and Great battling out for the win. Also, the All-Star race, Great was in the same position, they were battling each other as well. I sold to win both of those races. And then I rode on like a little wave of momentum after Kentucky. New Hampshire was really well. Then the playoffs came around. I finished second in the regular season title, got a championship, got 10 playoff points. Then me and Texas went from at each other's throats at Talladega to battling each other out for the win at Kansas. See who would make it to the next round of the playoffs. Unfortunately,
which was very fun.
yeah. It's kind of ironic that we were yelling at each other. One week, and then the next week we'll battle each other for the win, which is pretty crazy.
Battle of the year. Hashtag it.
And S'Morris, on this note, you were also third in the points for the championship this season. What got you to the Final Four mainly, and got you to have that third place championship finish?
Basically, I was able to show up to every race and won consistent. I made sure I was told me that I was consistent throughout the year. I looked at I saw the stats on the website for my season. I might have had only 2 wins, but out of 36 races, I had 20 top 5s and 30 top 10s, which is unbelievable. So I would say that finishing in the top 5, top 10 consistently was part of the way to get into the championship 4. Plus, the only challenge was to actually win the title because I knew Bradley before ISM ended, Bradley found out that he was in the championship 4, so he and I are probably in the same boat, but we have to find a way to the front and trying to find a way to beat the other 2 drivers, being Smoke and Sports Kid. But Smoke and Sports, they've been the 2 best cars all year. 2 of the 3. I was like I was at the 4th place area. But just incredible year. I was pretty much a one-man wrecking crew out there on the track for like most of the year. Then now I'll be going to a 4-star team again, and I'll be reuniting with Mike, trying to relive some of that old magic I had last year. We kind of dimmed out this year, but hopefully we can get that momentum and that magic back together, and hopefully we can come out and win some races.
Yeah, I'm excited for next season. It's gonna be good. So got a lot to look forward to, S'Morris.
Definitely a lot. definitely going to be fun having you in the Cup Series. I'm glad that you didn't decide to make the move down to Xfinity. That would have been unfortunate. So I look forward to racing against you for 36 long weeks next year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Going to have some new racetracks on the schedule. It's going to be very interesting. Got some bonus events up there too, along with the All-Star race, the Clash. I believe there's some points races. Getting handing out like extra points. I think somewhere in the middle of the year, like I think April, May, like around that area. So it's going to be very interesting, not only for the Cup Series, but also all three series to see with all the different tracks and different events that we have to offer for the year. So hopefully, the new tracks don't play a big factor as much as we think we should. But hopefully, the new tracks give us some things to see and look forward to, and go on to start 2020 hopefully on a good note.
Yep. And then last thing I'm going to say is just on behalf of all the admins, you do a freaking incredible job on the broadcast booth, and we appreciate everything you do for that.
Yep,
so
thank you.
So everyone else that does broadcasting helps. Thank you as well. But Marsh, you've kind of gone above and beyond and been there every single week, giving up part-time rides to make sure that we have a broadcast. So appreciate that.
Yep, thank you for your dedication.
No problem. And I like to say that yes, I was disappointed that I didn't get to one of those part-time races, but there was actually some races that I was glad I didn't want in, but especially with Great on the track as well. But yeah, even though I've been happy not wanting the part-time races, it paid off in the bigger picture. Paid off with the broadcasting the races. So I like that. I think I made some good moves there.
Thank you for joining us, Morris. Good luck next season.
Thank you. I might need it, and hopefully can get another shot at the championship next year.
Yep. All right. So next is our fourth place driver in the standings for the Cup Series. I really don't know who it is. Is he in here right now? It's Don.
Please.
Hey Don, congratulations. You were fourth in the Cup standing this year. What happened? How'd you do it? You were in like 8 series. What led to that?
All right.
Nah, it's Bradley.
Yeah. Bradley, the man with one paint scheme for the whole playoffs.
Yes.
And then the season ends and you get 2. So.
Yes.
Well, definitely a career year for me last season, especially winning the Daytona 500 and then going and winning the Brickyard 400. Even made it further in the playoffs. I'm looking to take this momentum that I took from this season and win back-to-back Daytona 500s. And I thank Tex for giving me the opportunity to race.
Always.
Although we had a little run-in at Homestead that it didn't cost me championship because car don't know what happened to it, but something happened to it between practice and the race. But we had a little incident in the final race of the year, but we worked past that. Yeah. But other than that, definitely a career year. Was scared I wasn't going to make the Final Four because I missed Martinsville, but some things happened at Phoenix, and I was able to lock myself in.
Things, to say the least, yeah.
Great on Will, for those of you who missed it, Great on Will's got removed from the league at Phoenix. So those are the quote-unquote things.
I did it.
Yes, yeah, Mike was the murderer. No, yeah, Bradley, I think he had an incredible year, and it was definitely fun. Fun watching you be so successful. Heat 4 has definitely been very good for you. So moving over to own your own team next year, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to have a technical alliance, and everybody better watch out. That's all I'm going to say. Mike?
No, I'm not really watching out for much. But good luck, Bradley, and have a good night. Bye. No, I'm kidding. You can stay. You're here. That's a lot of words, though, for you, Bradley. I'm proud of you.
That's a record.
Yeah, record words for Bradley. If anybody's counting in the audience right now, let me know how many he said. And second place was Sports Kid. And second place was in the points with Sports Kid for this season, and Sports is unable to join us tonight. So we're going to have the guy that was the spotter predominantly this season, the People's Champ, RPPC. Ryan's back. Hey, Ryan.
Hello.
Oh man, I missed you. The audience loves you. I'm already getting comments.
I've been watching the stream.
Yeah, that's great.
So you were the spotter, like it said, like Mike said. So Smoke said he has 42,069 letters.
Yes. That was you, Bradley.
So you were on you're on the box for majority of the year with Sports Kid. Y'all had that interesting finish to Sonoma, to say the least. That was kind of about the time that you kind of that you started being on the box for him, and then it was pretty much every week you were on the box for the 88, except for I think ISM. So a lot of time spent together there. What? How would you explain the season for Sports Kid from what you saw?
Overall, it was very good. He had a fantastic season. Just fast overall, and just got up front pretty easily and qualified very well. So getting up front wasn't too hard at all. So it was a fantastic year in my books.
So are you gonna be a spotter again next year? The people want to know. You are the people's champ.
Most likely, yeah. I don't think anything's gonna change with that.
So what else did you notice from being on the box for sports? You know, does that help you maybe look towards a future in the Cup Series? Maybe learn how that it might go up there.
I definitely was watching as he was racing, so yeah, it's making me look more towards the future, but at the same time I got a 2020 to worry about, so kind of really have to put that aside at the moment. But yes, I have learned.
Alright, well, you guys got any more questions for the people's champ?
Come on, Bradley, you got to get to 43,000 letters.
He's the people's champ, okay?
Well, I'm
give him
talking
one
right now,
question.
so I'm getting up to 43,000.
What'd you say, Bradley?
I said I was speaking and that's up to 43,000.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Eh? You said I had to speak to get to 43.
You know what I meant. Well, Ryan, it was definitely fun. You played Russian roulette with my spotters, so it was enjoyable having you as a.
I also spotted for the 9 car, so that was fun as well.
You did spot for me for a couple of races, so.
Yeah, when sports wasn't there, I was
look
with
forward to seeing you next year in the Cup Series as a spotter. So. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, no problem.
I mean, everybody loves him.
Everybody loves him, but apparently everybody else likes this some random guy. His name's Mike Man 2442.
Wait, why do they like
most
me?
Popular admin. So
hey,
Mike Man, one of the most popular admins. So Mike, this is your segment.
Thank you. You know, I've always liked to consider myself the voice for the people, and the people have spoken, and I am the voice for the people. I hope my witty nature, get it, 'cause my last name's Whitman, witty, you know, whatever. I hope my witty nature really makes you guys love me, and my constant jokes and trying to always lighten the mood, but when I need to get serious, I will, because I did accidentally hit the button to ban Great on Wheels on Discord, but it was the best decision I've ever made.
It wasn't an accident, so.
It looked the worst, so I hit it. But anyway, thank you for all the lovely folks that voted for me. I really, really appreciate it, and I love you all from the bottom of my heart.
Well, we enjoy having you as the admin, I will say. It was a very close, it wasn't a landslide, it wasn't a walkaway, so that shows that we have a good group and that everybody likes the admins as a whole, so that's positive.
Yes, but it doesn't mean the best.
Well, yeah, you got to win something, right?
I know, yeah. Michigan and this, I'll take it.
Yeah, whatever. You know, it's not a championship.
Don't beat the Clash.
Oh yeah, you did win the Clash.
I didn't win the Clash.
You won the duel.
Automatic Clash came out.
Come on, Bradley.
Come on, dude.
Now you're down to like 30,000 words.
You choose to speak and then you speak wrong. God, dude.
Well,
down to 30,000
the best of us.
It does, and you're the best of us, Bradley. So is it time for the Champions Circle?
It is now time for the Champions Circle. So, first up is going to be the Truck Series champion, it's going to be Landrod. So he drove the 75 truck. He did something that pretty difficult to do. He won a championship without winning a race. So let's see what Mr. Landrod's up to.
Yes, we will try to get him in here. He is commenting on the stream, so he should join.
All right, Bradley, you're taking this whole thing. It's all you, bud.
I gotta do the next one.
No, he's doing the next one. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Hello, Landrod.
Right.
How are you tonight?
Landrod's here.
Oh, just peachy. Just peachy.
Just peachy. Nice. So you had a Yes. Listen to that congratulations between truck drivers. I love Don. I love you, Don. You're great. I forgot you were here, but I love you, Don. Anyway, Landrod. So you had a pretty consistent season. You didn't win a race, but you were solid throughout, and you won the championship. And you were very, very emotional when you did win the championship. Take me through your season that led to being the third ever Checkered Flag NASCAR League Truck Series champion.
Well, all I can say is I gotta thank a lot of people. I gotta thank the fans of the league just for being fans, really, and sticking around. And I gotta thank the announcers and broadcasters, however you want to put it, the officials, but most of all, Tex, the owner, that has let me do what I've wanted to do and race in this league, and I gotta thank him for that. And I know he's in here.
I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I just I've been a little bit of an ass, to say the least. Pardon my French, but
hey, it's the first cuss word. We've been here for an hour and 7 minutes.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah. Anyways, but just a big thanks to everybody, owner, officials, broadcasters, fans, whatever, sponsors. But no, I started in Dover, and finished 9th, 4 laps down. Never thought this 17-year-old would have been a factor for the championship ever. But we somehow were, and we tried to go for the win. We were so close, Mike, battling you there at ISM. We were so very close there. We were so very close at Kentucky as well, Chicago. And funny how that all plays out. Had 3 runner-up finishes and win the championship. Things just somehow come into play, and I was very emotional because it was just very special just to me as a driver. So this is something that it hit me hard because, like I said, never winning and never thinking that you'll ever be a factor. So just very emotional for me. So yeah.
I think that people want to know, did you actually forget that you won the championship hours later after the race?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Cool. I
Well, there's your
couldn't
answer,
believe it. I wasn't
folks.
trying to be a show off or anything, but no, that was I couldn't believe it. Honestly, the next day, that I couldn't remember when I said it, but man, it was just amazing. So yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations, Landrod, and good luck next season. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Everybody, thank you. Looking forward to 2020.
Yep.
You guys have a good night.
You too.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you.
All right. It's Brattle's time to shine.
Brad.
Well, we are on to the National Series champion, which is GT Jones. And I've messaged him, told him to get in Discord, and still haven't found him.
Still haven't found him. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the one time Bradley's like actually going to do something, the other party doesn't show up. Great.
Yeah. God. Bradley is waiting in the Bass Pro Shops National Series Discord right now. Going
Wait
to
for the
going to a
champion.
going to the NASCAR trailer.
NASCAR trailer?
We don't use it ever. Yeah.
Oh,
well, he's here. He's here.
It is.
Don't do that then.
So for those of you who don't know, GT Jones was the driver of the number. Started out in the 5 and then changed over to the 1 on Heat 4, and he won the championship as what some people would say is an outstanding underdog. So,
Bradley, your questions.
Making sure his mic's working. Give me a second.
Okay. Bradley's got
One.
to figure out the logistics. Logistic guy, Bradley. Doing
Technical
his job.
difficulties.
Yeah, Mr. Tech Guy, Brad.
An hour and 10 minutes in, we had our first cuss word and our first technical difficulty. So look at that.
Yes, shout out to Bradley for causing the first technical difficulty.
Yeah. Second, technically, I guess, because you call North Freeze Echo a technical difficulty. So
I would just call that just a travesty.
All right. Make sure you guys can hear him. Go ahead and speak, GT. GT.
I'm here.
Okay.
Here you go.
How do you feel? How did you feel going into Homestead, being called the underdog, and thinking that you weren't going to be a factor for the championship?
I was pretty okay with that. That's pretty much how the last 10 races went for me anyway. So I had a couple of good teammates to kind of work with me for the final race to make sure I had a good lobby to practice with, and kind of just worked out for me.
That being said, are you going to take winning this championship into the Cup Series next year and trying to win that championship?
Yeah. I expect to be performing top 3 every week next year in the Cup Series as well. So if I don't, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
Okay, Mike, text, you want me to relay anything?
No, you got it, Bradley.
Okay, well, thank you, GT, for joining us.
Well,
thanks, guys.
Yeah. Good luck in 2020 from afar.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's GT Jones, very short, sweet, to the point from Bradley.
Good job, Bradley. Proud of you.
In and out. In and out. Yeah, very proud of you. All right. Wrapping up the champions, we're going to go with one of the, what were they calling them last year, Mike? The Big Three. So our version of the Big Three, which would have been Smoke, Sports, and then Great on Wheels. So Sports walked away with the second half of the season, pretty much so dominating second half of the year for Smoke, and he ended up winning the championship in Homestead. So let's get him in here. There he is.
Kevin.
What's
up? So you are the Cup champion. You're the big dog around here. How does it feel?
Feels good. It was actually really tough to get the championship. Had 3 other really good guys battling with me for it, and just happy to win it.
And what do you see yourself doing next year with this momentum of being the Cup champion?
Plans to go back to back.
Very short, sweet, and to the point. And what kind of face reveal needs to happen tonight?
Oh, the one and only Todd.
And who's the people's champ?
RP!
That is it. You guys got anything for our champion?
Bradley, you were a Final Four competitor. Do you have any questions for your champion?
Well, I don't have any questions, but I want to tell you that I did have fun racing with you this weekend. Well, not this weekend, this year. But wish I had something for you at Homestead, but the car was terrible. That's all.
Yeah, the HMS cars were really terrible, to say the least.
Besides, sports good.
Well, yeah. So, going, you're one of the many team changes that's going on. You're in the same boat as Harris and Morris, going from being pretty much a single car team. Actually, you were a single car team the whole time, not having any the teammates coming out of the same stable to bounce ideas off of anything. What do you think is going to be beneficial going to a team that you're going to have incog, and then whatever team you guys join that team for next year?
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be beneficial because I have incog as my teammate, and then I have the lower tier affiliate Weasel. Maybe we can bounce some ideas off of him, and it's just going to be a change, so I'm ready for it.
He said lower tier affiliate Weasel. Wow.
Yeah, Weasel must be out of his
I guess
mind.
he's like the redheaded stepchild. So.
Weasel, well, his sister's redheaded, and some people like her. But
okay.
Weasel must be out of his mind right now. Anyway.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you for joining us, Smoke, and congratulations on being the Cup champion.
Thank you. Got one more thing, though. Big Brad, Big Mad, Big Sad, Brattles for 500.
Yes! Big Brad! And our final award of the night, it was voted on by you lovely people, you plebs.
Yes.
It is the Hall of Fame vote, and you are the owner of this person, so Austin, take it away.
Wow, that sounded so bad. I do not own this person. I was his team owner. So this year's Hall of Fame inductee is going to be Nascar Man. This was his third year in the league. First year he drove for Big Will, I think. In the last 2 years he's been on JRM, so he's been huge guy to have.
He drove for Tide the first year.
Consistency, Tide, yeah, that's what it was. So very consistent driver. He last year was actually last year's regular season champion, and made it to the final four where he battled Roman for an incredible amount of races in the playoffs. So NASCAR Man will be this year's Hall of Fame inductee. Very honored to have him on my team. He's done a lot, so we'll see what NASCAR Man's up to.
Mr. Charisma, the people's champ before he was even birthed.
Yeah. Ryan's the people's champ, and we have Mr. Charisma, NASCAR
Captain
Man.
Charisma, Mr. Charisma,
Captain
whatever you like to
Charisma,
call
yeah.
him. Waiting on him. He is our next Hall of Fame inductee. Who are the previous ones there, Austin?
Well, the first ever inductee would have been JC Liv. So pretty much everybody in here now knows JC Liv was. He went to Italy, so in the Navy. So he was the first ever inductee. He drove the 48 for a year, and then he came from the Xfinity Series year before. And then this year he ran part-time in, what was it, like the 15? Last year's who was last year's inductee? I think it was Tide Pride in the 21 car. So 21 has been known to be not necessarily a bad car, but we're maybe banning that one to be decided. But Tide Pride was it Tide Pride? Was the second? Who was the second?
Yes.
Was it Tide Pride? Okay,
Tide.
thanks, Brad. Yeah, Tide Pride was the second inductee, so he was here for a couple of years as well and had a huge impact on. He brought a lot of really fast guys. So now we're NASCAR Man. NASCAR Man, you are the 2019 inductee from Checkered Flag NASCAR League Hall of Fame. How do you feel?
I feel pretty honored to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. It's been a good 3 years that I've been in here full time, and I can never thank everyone here enough for those 3 years. Even though my first year here was a bit rocky because I kind of had an attitude problem, I'll admit that. But the next year after Texas signed me, I kind of grew up as a driver and learned how to be more cautious out on the track in the beginning and not be so aggressive. Almost could have won the 2018 Xfinity title, but we just came up a bit short on that last pit strategy call. It was just one of those things where we came in as a team and we all lost as a team in the end, and we just couldn't. When it comes to 2019, I was figured, okay, we pick up right where we started, and it looked like it was going to happen. I mean, we led almost half the entire Daytona race in the beginning of the year, but just typical restricted plate racing cost us to win there, and from the rest of the season we couldn't recover from it. but getting eliminated early was kind of a disappointing because it was kind of a downgrade compared to 2018. But I'm still proud of what I've accomplished here, even though I could have never gotten that first win in National Series. But I'm still happy to know that I accomplished something in here, and happy to be in the Hall of Fame. And Texas, I'd like to thank you for 2 years of being on your team, and I hope to continue working with you in 2020 with me being in the Double Zero and the Cup Series part-timing. Now, I don't know when I'll return to full-time competition, but if there's ever a time that I do, Texas, you'll be the first one to know. But until then, I will just continue to do what I was made to do in this league, and that was to have fun and race out there with you guys. And it's been one heck of a ride for the first 3 years, but hopefully these next couple seasons can be better, and hopefully I can return to doing this as a full time. But until then, Kevin Charisma will be out there going for wins in the Cup Series. I know I've kind of gotten used to be called Mr. Charisma or Captain Charisma at this point, so why not use it?
You've got to own it.
You're welcome for that nickname, by the way. I'm the nickname guy around here.
I know, Mike. Thanks for the nickname.
Yep.
It's an honor to be in the Hall of Fame. I thank you guys very much. There's just nothing more I can say than just thank you for everything, and glad to be in your guys' Hall of Fame for sure.
Absolutely. I think I speak for everyone in our stable that you're always going to be welcome back with open arms. So it's been fun having you. Bradley,
it's been fun having you as an owner, Texas, man.
Well, it didn't start off fun with me and you, because the first time I saw you, you were wrecking me. But rather than that, I've really, really enjoyed racing around you, and I couldn't think of anybody around more deserving to be in this position. That's just been a really, really good figure for the league, and always been a nice guy, never gotten into conflicts or anything, and always was a class act. So thank you, NASCAR man.
Yes. Thank you, NASCAR man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
NASCAR man 2019.
Hashtag Mr. Charisma out.
Hashtag. Hashtags.
Hashtag Hall of Fame Charisma.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Well, NASCAR man's congratulations on a 2019 season, and I'm excited to have you working with us in the Double Zero next year. So.
Thank you, and I'll see y'all on the track at Daytona.
Yep. See ya. Have a good night.
Yep. Before we end this, though, I gotta get one SpongeBob meme in here. Tex, where did you say JC left to go again?
I think Italy.
No. What branch of the military?
Oh, the Navy.
Sorry, I had to do that. Anyway, so that was our awards ceremony. We have a lot to look forward to next season. 2020 is coming up, and I'm not sure if you guys know this yet, but I just wanted to make a little special announcement that our series names will be changing for next year yet again. We're going to revert back to the old series names.
Going back old school.
Yep, we're going to have the Craftsman Truck Series, the Busch National Series, and the Winston Cup Series. So it's going to be cool to have that. We have a really, really, really good group of guys, and if you guys have any friends out there, please tell them to apply. We're going to start tryouts very, very soon, and we're going to hope to get a really, really good core. Yeah, next week is when tryouts start. So I'm hoping to have a really good core of guys for this league next year, and I think we can do really, really well, and just one big happy family here in this league. And it's like it's a really good environment. Like, I joke around a lot, but you guys are all really, really nice, and it's a lot of friends that people have made because of this league. So thank you, everybody. Landrod's back, I guess.
Absolutely. So we mentioned all of the title sponsors are changing for next year, but I think one of the biggest things we have changing next year is going to custom schedules, so we're not necessarily going to be following the real life schedule. But in addition to that, we're adding the Dash for Cash for the trucks, or for the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series, and then we're adding the Crown Jewel races, the Grand Slam next year as well. So, Mike, what do all those entail?
Well, the Dash for Points races are races that we select a few drivers to compete in that will fight for more points. And then the Cup Series, the Crown Jewel races will be, I believe, Daytona, Talladega, the 600, and Darlington. And if you win those 4 races, you can get an assortment of points, or if you win a certain amount of them, you'll get extra points no matter what if you win them, because they are the Crown Jewel races of NASCAR. That's really where it all started, in the most famous NASCAR races.
And for the Dash for Points, the Richmond weekend, so actually the All-Star weekend, the Trucks and Xfinity Series will be at Richmond, and the highest 4 finishers, the highest 4 series regulars for that race will be competing in the Dash for Points for the next 3 races at Charlotte, Kansas, and Dover. So lots of opportunities to get extra points on top of the so important bonus points for 2020. So a lot to look forward to for next year. So,
all right, Bradley, you want to close us out?
Close us out, Bradley. Bring us home.
Well,
come on, Dickens.
We have a lot to look forward next season. Hope to have a great season next year, and off with a wonderful 2019 season.
Yes.
And just like Dickens, this live stream will be going fast. Thank you for joining us tonight. It was really, really fun. I love doing this kind of stuff. So if you enjoyed this, give it a like. Tell your friends. Donate 1 small penny to us. I'm kidding.
Please vote for your favorite driver.
Please
just
pick your favorite driver. Just
pick
anybody.
One
of them.
Vote for him.
Out of all
just
of them. One of them. You want to like Don or Sal or Maverick? Maverick's the fastest guy in this league. Anyway.
It means so much.
Yeah.
It means so much
to everybody. Yeah.
But on a serious note, guys, thanks for voting. So that just shows how we got 97% of the drivers voted this year. So shows how close-knit we really are. So appreciate everybody's votes, taking the time to do that, and all the kind words to everybody else. So.
Well, for Bradley and Austin, I am Mike Man. Have a great and blessed night, and thank you for watching the award ceremony.